Hi, everyone. I'm going to take you through how to set up your Google Classroom on the Dufferin Peel platform. It is going to create an easier workflow for you, and you'll have the ability to store all your resources and share information in one area. So, for example, if you wanted to share a link to a website, or if you wanted to attach a video for your students to view and have them respond to the video, you can do that in one platform, which is Google Classroom. This is a great way to start introducing your students to the online learning system, which we know in post-secondary studies they will be using. And also it creates a really great workflow for yourself. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be opening up my Chrome browser. You can also use Firefox or other browsers, but I really like the Chrome browser because I find it very friendly with most digital platforms. Then you're going to just go into your URL web window here, and you're going to type in Google. And it's going to take you to a page that looks exactly like this. And then you're going to go into the right-hand corner, top right-hand corner, and click on Sign In. And here is where it will ask you to put your credentials. Now, because I have logged in before, it's already recognizing my Dufferin Peel credentials for G Suite applications. But what you would need to do is that you need to ensure that you have your employee number at educ.dpcdsb.org, and then you would use your standard Dufferin Peel web password to log in. Just to clarify, the reason why we have that at EDUC for G Suite applications is because Microsoft and Google are two different companies. So this is Google that we're using, which is why we're using this login email address. So I'm going to click on it. It would take you through the prompt of a password, but mine should just go directly into it. And it's going to redirect me to a page that identifies me as a Dufferin Peel user. And if I kind of just hover over this, I can see that it's recognizing my employee number at educ.dpcdsb.org. Now, to get into my Google Classroom, I can click on the waffle, or I can put in classroom.google.com. But I'm going to click on my waffle. In my waffle, I can see I have other G Suite applications or access to G Suite applications like Google Drive, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Docs. And then if you go to more, you'd have Google Forms and such things. So I'm going to click on my Google Classroom. So this is the main page of Google Classroom. Any class that you have created will appear here. And if you want to create a new classroom, which is what this tutorial is about, you're going to click this plus icon. It gives you the option to join a class or create a class. If you were joining a class, so for teachers, if we're part of a professional learning community or anything like that, we can join a class that somebody else created. They would give us a code, and we would click on join class and put in the code. But we're going to create a class. So here is, you put in your class name. So for example, you might want to put in the course code, or you might put in Ms. B's grade 2 class. What I'm going to put in a course code. I used to be an English teacher, so I'm going to create my English class, and I might put in section 1, subject English, and maybe I'm teaching it in room 301. I'm going to go to create. You can always modify this later on. So then you're going to land on your main page, and this is where your Google Classroom really begins. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our theme to reflect our class. So you can upload your own photo. If I click on upload my photo, I can click it from my computer, or you can choose a pre-selected theme that Google has. I'm going to choose a pre-selected theme, and I'm going to use this one. And then I'm going to now take you through what the tabs right on top. So Stream is where you can communicate information to students. You can post announcements. This is basically your discussion hub for students, and a later video will go over what the Stream tab is. Classwork is the bulk of your Google Classroom. This is where all the content of your course or class would go right over here in Classwork. So this is a really important feature, and there will be another video tutorial explaining what Classwork is. People is where your students are added, and also where you can add other teachers to collaborate with you. And you can add students through a code and don't have to add them individually. But just so you know, you can also add them individually and it's already generated with different Peel students. And then your grades is where you would see any kind of missing work that students haven't submitted on this page. And then this is your settings icon. And then if you ever want to go back into your Google Apps, you can always click on Waffle. So I hope for now that this has been useful. We're going to then go through other videos of how to now fill in all these different tabs into your Google Classroom. I'll see you in a little bit.